G'day folks, this is Corey. I hope you're really well. I want to talk to you today about an idea or a strategy that I use and you can probably quite easily do as well. I don't think it's that hard, so watch the video, follow along, and if you have any problems with it, just reach out. Pop a comment below or reach out via email, something like that, because I believe in this idea and I've seen people do it really well. I've seen websites get lots of traffic from this idea. So let's dive in, guys. So it's called how to use FAQs. That's frequently asked questions to drive Google traffic. Now, when we say Google traffic, that really means people. That's people coming to your website, and that's what we want. That's what we have a website for. We want to find people online, wherever they might be, get them to come to our website, discover about our business, and then take an action, which is to get in touch, buy your thing, or whatever. So I'm going to run through some bits and pieces. I might just shrink my head so I can give you full access to the document. So how to use FAQs to drive Google traffic. Now, SEO, search engine optimization, it's a bit of a mystery for most, but it's not that difficult once you understand the fundamentals. Like the fundamentals are, what are people searching for, why, and what does Google think is the best result for them? So those are some fundamental questions that we need to answer, and FAQs are good for that. So I'm going to run through some little points here. So FAQ pages, when we put them on websites, or they are on websites, they appeal to Google and people. Like people like to read these pages. It helps them understand a lot more about your business, and it helps them to make a purchasing decision. And that's also going to appeal to Google because lots of questions that people are asking online are being answered on this page of your website. So for that reason, it helps to keep people on your site for longer, and we want that to happen. We want people to be on your website for a couple of minutes looking around. That sends a strong message to Google that your website is good and relevant. So we want that to happen. Another point is that we can build internal links on that page. So links on that page that go to other parts of your website. That helps Google. That also helps people navigate around, and it helps keep them on the site longer again. Okay. Now, the next point I wanted to make about FAQs was, let's say you build up this really cool FAQ page. You might be a mechanic for Mercedes-Benzes in particular. And over time, you've built out all of the common questions that people ask about Mercedes-Benzes. You might have 30 questions on there over time, or even 50. Each of those questions can then be used as a post on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Google Business Profile, whatever. So this page can become a great resource for your own marketing. Okay, so that's something I wanted to point out. Now, the next point is that these pages can save you a lot of time. So often on Facebook, you'll see a business and somebody's asking lots of questions backwards and forwards, which is great. We want to engage with people. That's really important. However, an FAQ page can be the ultimate resource you send people to, and all of the questions are answered. In fact, you can use that page pretty much as a sales letter in the way that it handles their objections. Yeah, but my Mercedes-Benz this, or whatever business you're in, you've answered those questions already, so it gives people confidence. And then you can even add social proof around each of those questions. Let's say you're a weight loss coach for men over 50. You might have a testimonial there to say, yeah, that workout was okay for old guys with bad knees, and my name's John Smith and I'm 55 and it worked for me. So you can see how the FAQ page kind of turns into this sales letter over time. And at the end of the video, I'll talk about what you need to do to make that happen in regards to continual editing of that page. Now, how do we build an FAQ page? This is really important because at the end of the day, it's all theory until we build the page. So initially, you need to find the most relevant questions for your business. Okay. Also, the most relevant questions for Google. So we need to figure out what people are asking, but also what people are searching for. So survey your staff. Hey guys, what are people asking when they pick up the phone? What are people messaging us about? What are new customers in the front door of the business asking us? Make notes, make notes, make notes. Write the questions down. I want to know what people are asking. If you're a one-man band, then it's you. What are people asking you? When you go to a party, what do people ask you? When you talk to somebody at school, what do people ask you? When the phone rings, when an email comes in, when a message comes in via Facebook or wherever you are online, what are they asking you? And then the next part of that is just to go back through all of your messages, all of your Facebook comments, LinkedIn comments, whatever, all of your emails, and just figure out, what are people actually asking us that we can put onto this page? Another trick is to look at your competition. If you have a competitor who's ranking higher than you on Google, for example, go and check their FAQ page if they have one. What questions have they got? And think, why have they got their question there? What made them put their question there? Is it relevant? Now, check Google's people also ask and suggestions. So if I flip over here to a search, a basic search, how to run faster, right? So in the middle, you'll get these people also ask sections. So they're gold. Okay, that means that people making this search, how to run faster, are often also asking, how do I run faster in a week? So Google gives you suggestions. Okay, and down the bottom, there's always extra suggestions as well. Down the bottom here, just related searches. So jot those down. They're really, really useful because Google's saying, hey, this is what you need to build your FAQ page about. So jot those down and start writing answers. Write good, descriptive, well-spaced out, easily read answers with keywords. Do that. Another one I've used before, and lots of SEO pros use as well, is answerthepublic.com. It kind of looks like this. So just type in answerthepublic.com, punch in a question like how to run faster, and it'll give you loads and loads of questions that people are out there asking online. It's a really useful tool. Another suggestion for an FAQ page is, let's say you've got 30 questions that come up after all of this thinking, and this might take you a couple of weeks. You've got 30 questions that float out to the top. Of those 30, you're probably going to have 1, 2, or 3 questions that are most commonly asked. So I would suggest that you shoot a short YouTube video actually talking about those questions and describing them in a bit more depth and popping that on the page as well. Google loves it when we use the various Google assets, your website, YouTube, Google Business Profile. Okay, so a short YouTube video can do wonders for you there. Maybe on that page you can actually add a pop-up offer, because these FAQ pages, when I look at websites and which pages get the most traffic, the FAQ pages are always on the top 3 of pages people visit. So maybe a little pop-up for a special deal isn't a bad idea. Okay, now don't rush this process, because this next point's really important, and it's the end of the video. Keep adding to the page. Keep editing the page. So look at how well it's written. Can you add some images? Can you add some video? Can you delete some words that maybe don't need to be there? And at the end of the day, track the data. So look at your Google Analytics, Google Search Console, look at all the data you can and try and figure out, is this page working for us or not? And if you've got a pop-up offer there, how many people are taking that offer? That's a good little bit of data. Okay, so they're just some ideas that I want you guys to consider. We know that these FAQ pages work really well, and they're not really that hard to build. So I'd encourage you to use this idea and get it on your site. Okay, it's not that difficult. If it's hard or you want to bounce some ideas off of me, feel free. I'm more than happy to help. All right, guys, hopefully that's useful. Please do subscribe to the channel. That would be great, and we'll talk again soon. Bye for now.